Good morning. Well, it's 1:35 and it's Sunday. And I'm feeling some better today, y'all. I talked to Granny Pat and we have decided to only do our live shows probably once a month until my health gets better. And then now I'm fixing to have to start taking my brother to get his cancer treatments in Dallas. And then I have Mother's. I've got to take her this next week to check the carotid arteries, to talk to a master surgeon. So and then my own health is, I'm feeling some better though on that blood, taking out my blood for the hemochromatosis. I had to go to Walgreens this morning and get some of that drip drop or whatever to replace the fluids instead of trying to go to the ER and get a bag of fluid put in. And so I got that taken care of and I'm feeling some better. I've only drank a half of one of the packages and then I'm going to drink the other half here in a little bit. And that I hope will fix me so I don't have to go to the ER, because usually when I have my blood out like that amount of blood, it makes me really ill, which it did, and I feel very dizzy, which it did, but then I usually have to have fluid replacement. But the drip drop or a Pedialyte is amazing. It helps me, and we'll see. But I knew that I had to get in the kitchen today. I couldn't slack off. Yeah, we've got the broccoli and potato soup, and we've got the cornbread. That cornbread is a really good cornbread mix. Y'all need to try it and keep that recipe. That's an old recipe, but it's off the Shawnee cornmeal, and you can't get that just everywhere, the recipe. So that's a good cornbread. And I've used this cornbread with and put about a half a cup of sour cream in it, and it makes it really soft and moist. So at least we have cornbread today. I don't have to bake no cornbread. And I decided I would do my recipe on my salmon patties, but I make a potato salmon patty, and then I'll do the hominy. But we're going to start out with the hominy because I've let that set overnight. So let's look at it. I came in and stirred it once at about 12 last night, and then I stirred it about 3 in the morning. See that hominy, how that's, let me see if I can get that. See how that corn is fluffed up. That's what we want. That's why we left it for 24 hours. So let's get our big screen door, I call it screen door strainer. You can call it, I don't know what the real word is, but that's what I call it. That's what Billie Jean and us call it. So just give me a second. I'm not cutting the camera off. Y'all know that. If these videos get too long for you, just push that button, honey. Just push the button and say, I'm going a little further down the road and I'll be back. So, now this, I'm going to rinse this hominy. So I don't want any of that lye on it or nothing like that. It wouldn't kill you, but I don't want it in my system because of the health issues. I have to be really careful. That hominy, y'all have never had homemade hominy, home cooked or just out of that can. I can't eat it out of the can because the sodium in that, woo-wee. You got blood pressure problems and y'all don't, hold on just a minute. I'm rinsing my hominy pan out. I'm just going to put regular tap water in this. I'm not going to put all that bottled water out of it. I don't need a whole lot. What I'm going to do first, okay, I got that all rinsed out. We'll dry that with our towel, our little towel. Y'all, it's so hot here today. It's so hot here today. I saw a squirrel sitting out there with a sunshade hat and a cold beer a while ago. He was so hot, poor little thing. I said, "Are you hot, little squirrel?" Just like, of course, he knew what I was saying. He looked at me and scampered, and I had put some pecans that I had, and he was eating those. And I keep them water out there, and I keep the cats water and all that. Okay, for my hominy, I'm going to turn my pan on. This is my way of doing this. Now here we go. Look here at these onions I got for 69 cents. Can you believe that? A little bag of onions, for garden fresh onions for 69 cents. We're going to use them today. We're going to use them in our, I mean, that little country grocery store is something else. See, there's 3 little packets. If you wanted to, you could keep one and give one to your friend and one to your other friend, but we're not. We have friends, but we're not going to give our onions away because we need them here at home. Okay, we'll keep one packet. I'm going to cook one packet. Use one packet. I'm going to rinse them off in my soda water. We'll save that Band-Aid, not Band-Aid, rubber band. You never know when you need a rubber band. Now, we've rinsed those in our soda water. We'll turn that down. Let's get some avocado oil. So we can just kind of, I love sauteing a vegetable of some kind for even red beans or anything like that, you know. There's no sense in making stuff unflavorful just because you just have to learn how to do it, I guess. Let's get these, you know, you can put them in dirt and they'll just make new onions, but I'm not going to attend to that. I don't have the time or the patience to do stuff like that anymore. Okay. Today's Sunday. Did y'all go to church? Did you have family over? Grandkids? You know, all that good stuff. Mother and I used to go to church. We loved it. But it's just so difficult for me to carry her unless it's a special occasion. I'm afraid she'll fall or... And she does good. She won't fall, but because I'm got her one of those good push along or ride along walker things that I take her. It's one of those that's got a little seat that you can sit down, but it's one of the good ones like the veterans get. That was my stepdad's. So I use it, and it's one of the nice ones. I don't know. Let's put a little red in it. Y'all want to put a little red today? Just put a little red pepper in that hominy. And that'll give it a little flavor. I don't know why I try to pick up stuff with that little bitty knife. I've done it for years. Can't do that. Gotta get your chop knife. Okay, that's okay for right there. Get this kind of cleaned up. Now, we'll go ahead and get us a little celery. It's basically, let me rinse that off. I use basically the same stuff as I did yesterday. You know what I mean? But really, you gotta peel get that, get those holes, string. I don't like stringy stuff on my spaghetti, not spaghetti. Hey, I was thinking that looks like spaghetti. Angel hair pasta. I don't want that in my food. As a child, I remember that they would make this with, pimento cheese. Put it in there with pimento cheese. And you take a bite of that with that stuffed celery, and then all you got was a big mouthful of cheese and those little things that those little. I'm looking to see where my spoon is. Those little things that I just pulled off there. Let me turn that up a little more. I was thinking I do, Billy Jean. We'll get old Jimmy Dean out of that drawer down there. He's been hollering to get out for a week, so. Okay, Jimmy Dean. We'll get you out of there for just a little bit. We're going to take just a couple of slices of that bacon. Don't want a whole bunch, but we want just a little bit of flavor for our hominy. Then after it gets done, we'll put butter. You know, that's what makes it good, is that butter. Get some of that bacon grease kind of going around that. See, we got that going. That's a basic vegetable medley that with the bacon, the pork, that I use in most of my foods. Let me see if I've got a little garlic. I need to get rid of this. Put a little water. I don't like wasting, you know. So we might as well. We'll add that in a minute. Not right now. I want to fry this. I don't want that to bubble up if we put. So let's go ahead and do our pepper. For our hominy. Let's get some salt. Oh my God, not that much. We can do better. Well, that water, but no, we don't need that much for the Gene. Don't you dare put that in there. You're supposed to be watching your salt, not eating it. I use a little bit of coriander. You don't have to do this. Just something like that. Coriander is, well, y'all, I'm blind today or something. I can't get this going. I guess because I don't feel real good. I'll put about a teaspoon of coriander, which is cilantro, like the Mexican, but this is the seeds. even after I chop it. So this is what I do. I don't put that. I just put, I don't want them big old holes in there, so I just want a minute amount. And that gets it in my pan. But it strains those old hulls out of any kind of herb you have. Okay. Smells really good, y'all. Alright, now then, let's just put our hominy down in there and mix that around. Mix that hominy around in there. Kind of get it hot. You do whatever you want. The reason I add that little bit of coriander is for the Hispanic flavor. I think hominy adds to that. Nothing really hot or anything like that now. It's just I'll just let that fry just a minute. We've got our garlic here. We'll go ahead and put that in there. Get that garlic used up. Get us some water. See that, how that looks, y'all? Now we'll put our water in there. We'll get that up to a boil. We'll turn it on high because we want it to boil. It'll be about probably 2 cups. Probably 2 cups. Maybe not quite. You can judge it. Alright. So now that's got our hominy. That coriander seeds have got all over the place. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this little bit of mess up right here. And then I'll be back. Okay, I got this kind of cleaned up and I got that hominy boiling. You can see. Now this takes a while, y'all. Put our lid on it. This takes a while. So now that I've got it boiling, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it back here on this back burner on a 7. And then let it simmer. Let me turn this fire down and I'm just going to put it back here. Just let it simmer. That's what I want to do. Just let it sit there and simmer with a little bit of lid on it, and so that we can get our other things kind of going. Yeah, it's hot in this kitchen. I turned the big air conditioner up because I knew I didn't need to be in here in that heat, because that is as bad sometimes as being outside. So I just buy my packed fresh pink Honey Boy salmon, and we'll open that. So we'll open that. I'm going to tell y'all something. I bet I'll need. I might need the big bowl. Get the big bowl, baby. I don't think I'll need that big bowl. But I might as well. Just get the big bowl, baby. Get that big old bowl. I rinsed that out this morning. Now on this salmon, I take the juice off. You know, take my juice off of that salmon. Not a lot of it, but I take it off for right now, and I'll just set it there. And I'll put my salmon down in there. Y'all have been so sweet, and all those lovely comments. I just adore them, and I read them to Mother, and she adores them. We wish every one of y'all was our next door neighbor. Y'all always wish y'all were here and there. Well, that's impossible. But we enjoy you. We enjoy your talking. See those big hunks of salmon. Some of that you don't get is you can tell it's not pink salmon, but this is pink salmon. Now my mother used to sit and pick every bone out of this. I don't do it. You need those bones, or when it's canned, the bones become soft. So you need that for your calcium. Just think about it. It's not hurting you, it's helping you. So that's why I do not take canned salmon bones out. In that pressure cooking, canned salmon, the canning process, trying to get my paper up here so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, we're going to have to, let me move this bowl, my big wood bowl. Y'all can't see it, but I've got to move my big wood bowl. And I'm going to move this bowl here because I've got to put some things in there. Put some stuff in there. I rinsed that with my soda water. I'm glad I didn't give this away to a friend. A Valentine's onion to a friend, because we needed it. We needed it. I knew we needed it. So I should have just, but I do each recipe. I always have done that. And I don't try to save time. I try to explain and do as I do. And so now I've got one little parcel of onions left that my mother will enjoy. Now I'm not going to put the green in it. I'm just going to put, you could, I'm just going to put the white in it. Kind of up a little bit, but not a whole bunch. Okay. Now let's get our this little thing, and we'll put it in there, bowl. I'll show you all the bowl in a little bit. Now then, let's get two. Here's one. We need two bitty jeans. We need two bitty jeans. Y'all can tell I get tired easy. But I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get better, y'all. I really am. It just takes a little bit to just takes a little bit to get things going. Okay. Now then, I've got to get the potato flakes. Let me see, potato, and the bread. We'll just use these as staying. I've got some panko, but we're going to use this Great Value. And then I'm going to use the chef-covered mashed potato. Chef-covered mashed potatoes. So we'll do a half a cup. Just do a half a cup of the mashed potatoes, instant mashed potatoes. Then let's do the garlic and herb seasoned. That's what we're going to use, the Italian seasoned, 1/4 cup. So let's do a 1/4 cup. Those are new, so. Okay. Where's my toodly-doo? Toodly-doo-doo-doo-doo. Alright, so we're going to go 1/4 cup. Where is my? Okay. 1/4. 1/4. I think that said 3/4 after I looked at it, but that's all right. We'll make do, won't we? Okay. We'll put about two, let's see, where are we? Celery, salt, dried dill weed. I've got dill. I'm finding my deal. If you ever lose your deal, I lose my deal all the time. I'm going to put just a hair of that onion powder in there just to be doing it. Just a little hair of garlic just to be doing it. Because that's just the way I do things. Now the dill. That's what I'm looking for. Just have to wait. I know I have it. Some parsley in it too. Put a little parsley. Okay. I think I have a little ground there. Okay. Now let's kind of mix that. Put our egg in here in a minute. 2 eggs. We'll put our 2 eggs here in a minute. One. You don't have to beat these, just put them in your bowl. Put them in your bowl. I'm going to go ahead and get my pan that I'm using now instead of the black skillet. So I don't have too much iron in my body. That hemochromatosis, I'll tell y'all, that just snuck up on me, and I didn't realize until I was doing research what that was, you know. Now, I don't know if y'all know this too. I may have to add a little water to that. That hemochromatosis can cause all kind of trouble. It's amazing. See, that's already kind of coming together there. It's getting more of a, see that, once those breadcrumbs and that potato cakes start getting moist, you know. The more we let it set, see, I can always add that little bit of juice. And that's what I use is this to, I'm just going to put a little bit now. I'm not using the whole thing. Too, if your patties don't stick together real good, you can always, which I may do. No, these are pretty good. Sometimes they won't stick together and you just put a little bit of mayonnaise in there and it'll help them to go ahead and stick. Yeah, that's starting to work. See there? That's starting to work. You want to mix it good so that it gets all that moisture down in there. See, salmon patties, when they say salmon croquettes and they say salmon patties is anytime you use a breadcrumb, it becomes a patty. A croquette is if I only used flour. Like grandmother always used flour, so hers were salmon croquettes by food standard. And my mother used breadcrumbs, so hers were salmon patties. I just thought I'd throw that out there so you'd understand what's the difference in a salmon croquette and what's the difference in a salmon patty. Salmon patty used breadcrumbs, salmon croquettes used flour. And with this one I'm using mashed potatoes. Instant. Let me wash my hand and get the jewelry off. Okay, I got my hands cleaned. That's ready, I can tell. Let's see how this does. This I can tell by look here. See how good that just automatically comes together. So you can tell that's a good dough, as I say, because they come right together. You don't want to make them huge. So we can turn that down. You don't want them getting too rambunctious in that skillet. You don't want them cooked too fast either. Now you can do this with tuna fish if you don't have salmon, or it's kind of pricey, about $5 for that can. So I've used, there's a little Billy Jean in his messy mess. Yeah, one day I didn't have enough breadcrumbs. Long time ago, and I decided, I said, well, I've got some minced potatoes. So that's when I come up with that recipe, probably about 1990, maybe, somewhere around there. It was for a little wedding to serve, and I didn't have time to go to the store, and I just had to use what I had. But I'm glad that I did, because that's always done well since I've learned that. Taught myself. Now I've taught all y'all. A lot of people say, oh, I can't do this or do that. Yes, you can. Don't say that. Don't say you can't do nothing. You can do it. Those people say, write to me and say, I'm not a great cook. Well, if you'd start cooking, you would be. Learn. Don't cost a damn dime to learn. Now, if you're elderly or older and you've already raised your kids, and I understand. These young people tell me, oh, I can't cook. I'll say, yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can cook. Since I got a outline out. Let me wash my hands. Put my ring back on, my daddy's ring, so I don't lose it. Oh, my blood pressure this morning was low, low, low. So, I got her up and I told her, I said, we're going to have to check this blood pressure, Mama. 'Cause I don't like it being that low. Those are browning nicely. Those are browning nice. Okay. Let me put my breadcrumbs and my potatoes back in the cabinet. These are always good to make a little. Do y'all remember that I made that told you it was keep the buttermilk dressing from the homemade buttermilk dressing on that video. This is about probably a week. Still good as it can be. We can have that if we want to on it. We can just have let me put my bacon up. I've got to put it in a package and then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. Okay. Y'all, that soup turned out good yesterday. We really enjoyed that soup. Now I'm going to trade lids because I need to do this, so I need to not do that or it'll go all over the place. That hot grease does not like that'll kind of sting that. So let's look at our hominy. Yeah. Let me get a little test spoon. And I'll be right back. Okay, I made the call. I looked at this, and I can tell that that's not quite at all done. I mean, it's softer. I felt it, but I'm gonna put another cup and a half water, because I want that to boil down. I want it to reduce, and I imagine it will reduce, and then it'll be very good once we add our butter. Let's check. Swap our lids. Let's check our patties. Those will be fine once they're already solid. And remember what I told y'all now. I'll just do it so you know what I've been. Let me get a plate. Hold on. Okay. Let me get a coffee filter. Coffee filter and a plate. Now this is when I say you don't know if they're quite done, but you think they're quite kind of done. Well, this is the way I make sure about it. I've already browned them. I've already browned those. Let me turn that off, since I'm not going to do no French fried potatoes today. See these? Okay, now what I do, is I get one of my clean new sacks, and I put that kind of lightly over that. You can use anything you want. And I'll put these in the microwave for 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes. Now, that makes the meat similar to a convection oven if I was cooking on it, because I've already browned it, and now it's the inside needs to be done. Well, just put it in the microwave for a little bit. Then you're pretty sure, or you are sure, that your meats, breads, pastas, whatever you need to do, you can do it that way. If you don't have a convection oven, or you just need to finish off something, I've even done it with a cornbread or cake. How I started that is electricity went off, and I thought, oh, I've got to get this served, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have time to put it back in the hot oven once the electricity went on, so I thought, I'm sticking it in the microwave. And I did, and it come out wonderful, and I've been doing it ever since. But you have to try it and learn how to do it. Okay. Now we're boiling our hominy. We'll keep boiling that hominy, because I want it soft. I want that hominy soft. I'll wash all that. Now that I've got this kind of cooled down, we can go ahead and turn this up so the camera will be better. Turn this one off. Okay. Let me get my little bag. I was going to make some kind of cake today, but I just don't think I can do it today, y'all. We don't really have to have it. I clean these burners when they're hot, because that gets it off there. Gets anything pretty clean. Well, dispose of this. That's really boiling, and I don't want it. I'm going to turn it back down to about 3. Just let it sit there and boil, and we'll be back. Okay, y'all, that let's check let me get our pot, our lid rag. I don't want this getting all over. Alright, that's cooking down really well. Let me get a little test bowl and see. It's gonna need, y'all, this takes about I bet it takes, I'm just guessing. After you've soaked it, it's a long process. See how that's getting, it's getting good though. See, that's getting really good. So I'm gonna add another cup and a half of water. And I'll let that cook down for, just as long as it needs. Probably another hour. So you're looking at, by the time you soak these overnight, bring them off, rinse them, do your peppers and onions and all that then you put your hominy in. You might as well just go ahead, I would say. I've never had to tell anybody how to do it, so it's been kind of hard. I'd say 3 inches over, water over whatever is in the line of the hominy. Then if you have to add more water, just do like I'm doing, because you've got to get it cooked and simmered, and it'll keep simmering. So once that water gets up, that'll be messy. That'll finally get, I think, probably one more 30 minutes to an hour. But to reap the benefits is just out of this world, the flavor. Nothing like canned hominy. I don't like canned hominy after I mean, it's all right, but I'd rather eat homemade hominy. So, you know what I might do? I was thinking I could turn this burner back on, because I need to do something while I'm waiting on that hominy. Let me turn that down. So I could get my little bit of grease pan that I had the salmon in. Now, you know, I'm so used to my iron skillet. Why in the world would it have to cause me trouble to where I couldn't use my iron skillet that I've used all my life? Now I buy these steak cut, great value French fries, and I'm going to just, okay, what I'm going to do. Let me get a little few onions out of here. We'll have potatoes with our onions and onions with our potatoes. Now I had those green beans that I could have done, but I didn't feel like, I thought we needed a potato. So we'll soft fry these, as they call them. We'll just put them in here, let them get hot. Put a little salt and pepper on them. That'll probably be enough. Right there. Then I'll have one more message. Put in something that I might need. Let's see, this is a boiling now. Look here. Let's see. Yeah, it's a boiling. That's what we want. But now we want to just cut it down to out of 7 and just watch it. Okay? Just cut that down and watch it. I thought I had we'll just use this. I like to get grease on those when I first put them in. Oh, what is that little black thing? It's a piece of that salmon, hot burnt salmon. And we've got our onions and our potatoes in here. We'll let that get up and get it going. Let me turn it on high till I get it going. turn that air conditioner down because the bill would be outrageous. And put a little salt. Put a little salt. You know, little peppers. I've always had pepper like this. I just can't use a shaker. Messy mess, Billie Jean's a messy, messy, messy. And we got that going, don't we? That'd be some good French fried potatoes there. Mother doesn't, she won't eat but 3 of them, if that. Y'all, I do the best I can. Everybody knows I do. With her, try to make her eat. I'd cook a whole Thanksgiving meal every day if she would eat even a cup of it. Alright, let me see. Let me get a pan lid for that one. We got a pan lid for that other one, so we'll get a pan lid for that one. Let them soft fry. That I'm gonna turn that down to about a 4. Just let them sit there and do their own thing. This is doing its own thing, and this is doing its own thing, and the salmon's in the oven playing cards or whatever it's doing in there with its buddies. Let's try our potatoes. Let's just see. Oh, look at there, y'all. Now that's, you can't get any better than soft fried potatoes like those. Billie Jean messed it up though. Look at him. Okay. So now we've got our soft fried potatoes. Leave our lid off and let them go ahead and air. Let me get just a little bit of Billy's mess up. I'll be right back. Let me get this mess cleaned up. Okay, I'm going to put some of that homemade butter in a bowl. And then I'm going to open the hominy. I checked it. And it's soft to the touch, and that's what you want, is soft to the touch. It may take you 2 or 3 hours to cook it. But for Billie Jean to be able to eat it, I'm going to go ahead and make 1 bowl of the hominy with the butter. Now that's some good hominy right there. That's some good hominy. And the longer it sets, if you want to cook it and let it set, then that'll also remove the butter. Get this mess cleaned up. Messy mess. Through with this. Y'all just have to fast forward the videos if you get tired of watching. So we've got that done. Let me get a small I'll just get it in a regular plate. Gotta fix another her plate. So we'll have some soft fried potatoes on her plate. Not a whole lot. And we'll get our salmon croquettes here. Take our little bag off so y'all can see them. Now those are beautiful. Those are beautiful. I'll get a little spatula. I'll get my little salmon croquette off. And I'm not sure, she might eat cornbread. I'm not sure. But I always heat it and make sure that's, always cut it. Get a little bit of butter. Put a little butter on it. If she wants it, it's there. If she don't want it, she doesn't have to eat it, you know. That's what I always say about it. But it's there if she wants it. Now, I cannot tell her about that cherry salad, or she won't eat her lunch. So, we just have to keep that quiet. Don't tell her. Don't tell her we got any dessert, or she won't eat it. She won't eat her food, her main food. Now that, I think I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. We're going to try this. How about that? Let me get another bowl, bigger bowl. Gotta have a bigger bowl. Let's take that. Let's take that. Let's take that. And where's my... I want some more hominy in here. I'm going to do something else. So Billy Jean can get the flavor and eat it without his you-know-whats. Okay, let's set this like this. Now I'm going to get my immersion blender here. I'm going to use my immersion blender. I'm going to try something. That would be more like a cream style hominy. I could have done it in that pan. I've never done that, but we're going to do it today and see how it does. We're going to see how that does. Let me get my little test spoon. My little test spoon here. See that? That did well. That's kind of like a cream style corn, but it is corn. It's just hominy corn. That's kind of hot. That's good. That's really good, y'all. Flavor, everything is good. Probably needs a little more salt because I didn't put very much in there. So y'all just have to do that yourself. Needs a little more pepper. So remember, when you do your big pan, I'll scoot this over and I'll give Mama a little bit of that hominy. She probably won't eat much, but I'll let her try it. She'll like it because it's similar to cream corn. Can't tell her about the cherry salad until after it's done. Okay, we've got our salmon patties, we've got our cornbread, we've got our soft fried potatoes, and we've got our hominy that has been creamed. Now this is our Sunday lunch. I wish y'all was here to eat with us. God bless you, God bless us, God bless the world, the United States. And like I told you, Granny Pat and I are not going to do a live video today because until things calm down and it gets cooler, it's just better we don't. We love y'all. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.